new Tats for Tata shirt?
I am.
Awesome. Thank you. I got the girls one on. I don't know if you can see it.
I can. I love it.
Okay, good.
All right. So, yeah. So, Jeremy, we are back here.
Milestone.
A milestone.
Number 10.
Episode 10. We've made it.
We've done it. We're getting there.
Yep. And God, right when hurricane season. I mean, this week I did 2 weddings and a hurricane. How was your week?
It wasn't 2 weddings and a hurricane, but every day's a hurricane, seems like sometimes. But no, it's been good. I mean, back for another week and getting everything going. And storm didn't do too much around here in the Daytona area.
No. And I feel for everybody that, out there in the Big Bend, the Carolinas, Georgia, got in Asheville. I have a friend that was there in Asheville, and I was talking to him when the storm was near us, and I was telling him how it was going here, and I haven't heard from him since. And I think in that county there's 600 people that are still unaccounted for. There's no cell service. There's nothing. So, I'm sure he's okay. They probably just don't have service, but it's a little nerve-wracking. There's a lot of people that can't find family members, and it's unfortunate. We look at hurricanes, and especially, us Floridians, we see it and it's like, hey, cool, 2 days off to party. Let's go.
But you don't think of all the damages and the things that it does and the life-changing it does. And even in Tampa. Tampa had a lot of damages and
yeah, they did.
A lot of flooding, and people were moving out of their homes, and it seems like there's 2 or 3 more right behind it.
Yeah. So, we'll see. Hopefully we can, at least our area, get unscathed.
Do you see those? It seems like over the years, hurricane season gets later and later. Hurricane season is supposed to be like June through like December 1st or November 31st or something.
I think was it October 31st or November 1st, I think it
something
ends,
like that.
We still get them in November.
We still get. It seems like most of them are September, October.
Yeah.
Last couple years.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see, but I am so excited for our guest that we have today.
I am excited too.
So Maria, she owns Key Lime Bike Tours in Key West, and Maria and I have been friends. God, what are we going on? 15, 16 years now, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Like 2011 at this point.
Was it 2011? Because it was when you guys just came down from. Kansas City, Missouri?
Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay.
Lake of the Ozarks. There was about 21 of us that came down, and we did seasonal back and forth. We'd spend our winters in Key West and our summers at Lake of the Ozarks. So,
yeah, there was a group of us. I swear to God, we probably spent 6 months together every day. I don't think there was a break.
It's like the real world house over there, wasn't it?
It was.
It was a lot of fun.
No, but I'm sure there was a couple hurricanes in there.
Yeah, I think I came the year right after Wilma, and you were gone for Irma.
Yeah, I was up here for Irma. Wilma was terrible. We had it was me and my brother, and we had like 4 feet of water in our house.
That wild.
was 4 feet.
Yeah,
4
that was
feet.
the bad one.
We didn't have power for probably a month. They had AT&T brought in a temporary tower at the Albertsons shopping plaza, but it wasn't like a cool tower where Key West got service. No, the parking lot got service.
So there was 800 people in the parking lot trying to make calls.
We went with put a cooler full of beer in the truck, and we went and used our phones, just drank in the Albertsons parking lot, and then they would give away some free food.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, and Don's place, because Don's place is still around, right?
Yeah, it's actually down the street from where I'm at right now. Only a couple blocks.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because I lived on Watson at that point when Wilma came, and Don's place is like 4 houses away.
Yeah.
We didn't have power, and the owner was nice enough to let me run a tab like through the hurricane when I ran out of cash. And I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Until the power came back on.
That is super nice.
How much was that tab?
That was a $3,700 bar tab.
For how many days?
Probably 28, 29. I ran out of cash on like day 2.
Good hundo a day in alcohol?
Yeah.
Wasn't anything else to do.
Where's Blue Note?
There is Blue Note. And speaking of that, we do have a delicious Blue Note bourbon whiskey. And, Maria has hers. That's perfect.
Yes.
And then Jeremy, he just likes to go
I just like
straight
going
out
straight
the
out the
bottle.
bottle. Why go for the cup?
So the nice thing about this Blue Note, and me being a whiskey person, I love whiskey. Is such a very smooth whiskey. So let's start it off with a little toast. Jeremy already did. He's got to go for two now.
Everything. I'll go for two.
Cheers.
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 Well, that's good.
I was gonna say
Well, the only
Maria,
whiskey I can drink straight.
Super smooth.
and Maria had a big shot too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Maria,
Big shot.
Key Lime bike tours. Tell me about the bike tour.
Yeah, so it's a historical guiding tour around Key West, Florida. So we go to all the major landmarks and attractions in Key West. Key West is 2x4 miles, and it's pretty flat. There's no hills or anything. So we take single speed beach cruisers around, and we go to Mallory Square, mile marker 0, the Hemingway House, the Key West Lighthouse, the southernmost point. We stop by Jimmy Buffett's recording studio, this historical seaport. And so you really get the lay of the land. We go down a lot of the local streets, the back neighborhoods, places where cars can't really get to. And we talk a lot about the history of Key West. And then we finish the tour with a slice of award-winning key lime pie from the Key Lime Pie Co. So it's a nice, sweet treat. We like to call them edible trophies. But it's a nice treat reward at the end of the tour. So
How long is the
it's
tour?
a really great tour. It's about 2 hours total. And we do about 5 to 6 miles with about 8 to 9 stops along the way.
That's awesome.
Good exercise at the same time.
Yeah.
It's really great exercise. It's not super strenuous. You can do it in flip-flops. And even before we started this business, I had learned so much about the islands, and I've been here for 13 years. And when other locals come on our tour, they always say that they've learned so much too. So it's just a really good way to get to know Key West and know the history. And we also do some private tours, some theme tours. We just did a Jimmy Buffett Chop Rock theme tour September 1st from the day he passed away, which is super cool. We've done a Women's Fest tour. We've done a rum tour, a bar tour. So we can pretty much do anything. So it's just a really fun way to get some exercise, see the island, and learn some things along the way.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was so happy when I got down
Have you
there.
done the tour?
I didn't get to do the tour. We were talking about going down to Key West. I think we need to hit the
I think we
tour
need to
up.
go to Key West. I really think we need to make like
come
a
take the tour.
nice week. Now,
You guys
should we
are gonna
to go
love
to
it.
Key West? Should we drive down
Oh.
hold on, the 7 hours, or should we go to Sarasota and take the boat over?
See,
Ooh.
I found out something awesome when I went down at the end of May. I went down and I saw Maria, and I found that the Sanford airport, not Orlando, but the Sanford one, for $167 round trip, you can fly directly into Key West. So you can go Thursday to Sunday or Sunday to Thursday, or you can go in the morning on a Thursday and come back Thursday night, and same thing on Sunday. So for $167,
You can make it a day trip out of it.
We could go down to
Yeah.
Key West for the day.
I think we need to do our show down in Key West.
I
that
am
would be
down.
awesome.
Go Sunday to Thursday.
Hey,
Somewhat tipsy in Key West. I love it.
do you think Casey will let us use tattoos to do the podcast in?
Absolutely.
All right.
100%. Without a doubt. We would love to have you guys there.
I'll go on and get tickets on the break if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down.
Jimmy's down
let's
too.
do it.
Yeah, Jimmy's like, I'm going to Key West. Let's go.
Come on, Jimmy.
So what's changed in Key West over the last, you've been there, said about 11, 12 years. What has changed between now and when you first got there 11 years?
You know,
Is it less touristy, more
Gosh.
touristy? Would you say, obviously things, every 10 years we talk about a lot, every 10 years things seem to change. So do you think things
Yeah.
have changed quite a bit in Key West, or is it still the good old same Key West from 11 years ago?
things have changed for sure. But, we had COVID in there too. So we did lose a lot of the tourism during COVID. We lost a lot of the cruise ships. And then right after that, it started coming back. So I feel like now we're getting the crowds that we used to get before, COVID. So there's more tourists coming down. There's a lot more cruise ships. What's really great about Key West is the charm and the character of it. And honestly, there's not a lot of chains here, like chains restaurants. I think we only have like a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, and a Wendy's. We don't even have a Target. The nearest Walmart is 90 miles away. There was the roosters frolicking along the streets. So I think the charm and the character of Key West is still here.
It's a
And
true
it's still
vacation
going
spot.
super strong, absolutely. And I mean, I feel like we're in our own little island life bubble, and that's what I really love about Key West. So that has not changed at all. I think the only thing that has changed is like a couple storefronts and a couple business have come and gone, but otherwise the charm of it and the appeal is still here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that was one of the things when I went down to see you, and I was like, man, so it's still Key West. Now, granted, a lot of it has changed, especially I think it was, oh God, since I lived there, 2012 maybe. I mean, I did a lot of on and off here and there, but I mean, a lot of the places have changed. Like I wanted to hit a lot of my favorite spots, and they're not there anymore. Like,
what spots were those?
God, I'm trying to remember. Like I was able to hit Sandy's. I love Sandy's. They're Cubans. I feel like it changed though. It just tasted a little different.
Yeah, they did get new owners, so it could have been that. But I love Sandy's. I mean, it's right down the street.
Now,
I go
Sandy's
there
is like
every
a sandwich
single
shop?
day.
Sandy's is the best. I don't know if they're still open super late, but they used to be open late. And it's a it's a sandwich shop that's delicious in a laundromat.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that's what I said.
So I can wash my clothes and get a Cuban at the same time.
And it's delicious.
Did you ever go in and do your laundry and get a Cuban?
They serve beer too.
There's no tables. There's no servers. It's like a walk-up window.
In a
and
laundromat.
A really unassuming laundromat.
I like it.
That's probably one of the best Cubans you'll ever have.
While doing your
agree.
laundry.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, it's not next door. It's actually in the laundromat.
So yeah, it's kind of like a window.
It is in the laundromat.
Like here's the sidewalk. You got the window, and the kitchen's right in the laundromat.
We're definitely going to Key West.
Go, yeah.
We got to get you to Key West. Yeah.
It's been a while. I have probably not been to Key West in probably 10 years.
Oh, man.
10, 11 years. I'm telling you, it's probably been that long since I've been to Key West.
Yeah, we're going to have to get down there.
Yeah.
And then, do the bike tour, of course. And,
Yes.
maybe we can work it out. I don't know. But Maria has this really cool event that she puts on every year. And the story behind it is hilarious. And, she'll tell it better than I will because it happened to her.
Yeah, so a couple years ago, I want to say 2021, it was Christmas season. And if you've ever been to Key West during the Christmas time, we love to celebrate Christmas and party. So a lot of the bars and restaurants will just shut down for the day, the night, the next day, and just say, holiday party, celebrating our staff, see you tomorrow. And so it was one of the days in the Christmas week where a ton of bars and restaurants were shut down having their own Christmas party. So Tattoos and Scars, the bar I work at, a couple of days a week was the only bar open. So we were slammed with people, and most of them are locals.
Now, this is in December, right?
This was in December.
Okay.
I mean, we were probably 3 deep. Like, it was a busy night. And I had worked a little bit later than normal. I'm usually the day girl, so I'm there from 12 to 7, but I think I stayed until about midnight. And I got on my bicycle and I was riding home, and there's an alley right by Tattoos and Scars. It's a dark road, just bars on that road, really, in old parking lots. And I was going down the road, and the bartender, who's a girl from next door, yelled out, "Hey, Maria, Merry Christmas." And so I flashed one boob at her, and there happened to be a police officer in the back parking lot and said, "Hey, stop." And I kept riding. I honestly swear to God, I didn't even see him. I just heard a voice, "Hey, stop." So I just kept riding, and he jumped in his car and pulled me over like a couple feet away.
Lights
So
flashing and everything.
Well, yeah, lights flashing, everything. And I'm still on the same road. So at this point, everyone from Tattoos and Scars can still see what's happening. So they all see me get arrested, and they're furious. Like, every local in Key West that was at that bar was furious.
Like, taking off your
People were
bike, put in handcuffs, and taken down to the station.
taken down to the station. I was actually booked in a cell with a cellmate. I was in there for 18 hours.
Oh.
My cellmate, and this is no exaggeration, it came in one of those Hannibal Lecter like vest things because she had fought a cop in a strip club. and continued to like fight and scratch the cops. So they put her in a straitjacket, and then when she had to sign her paperwork, she had to put a pin in her mouth and sign the paperwork in the cell. She was crazy. And so, you know, we're having conversations. She's like, oh, here's what I did. I got into a fight at the strip club and I tried to fist fight cops. What did you do? And I was like, I showed my left boob, like not even both of them. I showed one. And I was just like, God, how silly is this? So in there for 18 hours, I posted bail. I ended up taking the plea deal. And throughout that time, even a couple days later, there was a lot of people say, like, just so mad. And they were like, we want to donate money. We want to pay for your bail.
What was
we
the plea deal?
Protest.
What was the plea deal? I had to ask what the plea deal is.
I had to pay a fine, and then I had to write the cop an apology letter. So it wasn't like a crazy
male
plea
cop,
deal by
female
any
cop,
means. It was a male cop.
gay,
What?
straight.
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm not trying to. I don't care, but like, what male cop pulls somebody over, puts their boob out, and says, "I'm taking you to jail for this"? Like, who even does the paperwork? How do you get explain that?
Exactly.
What did you get? Public nudity?
I got.
What was the charge? Technically, the charge.
The charge was indecent exposure of a sexual organ.
Oh, all right.
So it sounds worse.
Way
than
dirtier
it was,
than one boob.
And I think we can all agree that a boob is not a sexual organ. But we'll just drop that there. So a lot of people in the community were furious. And so the owner of the bar, his name is Casey, and he's amazing. And he's like, what can we do? Let's have a free Maria party, and we're just going to party your faces off, and we're going to raise money for your bail. And your lawyer fees. And I was like, I love that idea, but I am not one to take money. I made the mistake, but let's have a party and we'll donate it to breast cancer. So we started the Tats for Tata's fundraiser, and we have a motorboating booth, which people pay $20, and there's different girls in there, and they get to motorboat a girl. We sell pasties. We have a burlesque dancer. There's a 50-50 raffle, a silent auction, Jello shots. Like, it's a huge party, and we we donate all of the bar sales. So our first year we raised $40,000, and our second year we raised $69,000, and this is in 3 hours. So we've raised over $110,000, and it all stay locals. And one of my stipulations was that everyone that comes through the door at Womankind gets a free mammogram. So every single person in the community, man or woman, get a free mammogram.
That's amazing.
That is really great. You took a somewhat negative thing. I'd say it's negative because the cop made it negative.
Yeah.
And turned it into a positive thing, raising over $100,000 in two events, raising over $100,000. I mean, there's charity events out there now that have been going on for 10 years that don't raise that.
Yeah, that haven't raised that.
Oh, we raised $6,000 this year. Congratulations.
Yeah.
This one, and but the local community got behind it. The bar owners, the restaurants, and you're well known in that area, so people got behind it. So I only have one question. We've been talking about going to Key West. What is the next one?
The next one is October 9th. It's a Wednesday, October 9th from 7 to 10 p.m. So it's in a couple of days, actually. It's happening pretty soon. This year, we're taking it to the streets. So we're actually closing down Ann Street. We're putting up some satellite bars. We have a DJ this year, Jello Shot Girl. We have to bring back the motorboating booth, of course.
Oh,
we're
absolutely.
giving away a 2-night stay at the Southernmost Mansion. We have some fishing charters, tons of hotel stays, tons of gift certificates, a bicycle, of course.
It's on a Wednesday.
So it's going to be big this year.
It's on a Wednesday.
So
it's on a Wednesday.
You can't see it right now, but Jeremy's on his phone and he's looking at flights.
I'm already looking at flights for next Wednesday. Why can't we?
So we can fly
Sunday
there
to Thursday, or we
Thursday.
just drive. You and I just drive overnight.
And we could just drive.
7 hours
drive.
It's like 7 hours, right?
See, I've never.
Yeah, I think so.
I've never driven it from here, but I'm down.
Leave Wednesday, come back Friday.
I mean,
I'm not joking.
I'm not
either.
either.
You could do your podcast from the event.
Jimmy, what's your schedule like?
I have an engagement Friday night at 8 p.m.
But we're fine because
We'll send you pictures.
No, he can come down if he's Friday night.
We can make it.
We can make it.
We leave Wednesday. No, it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
So we leave
Tuesday
Tuesday night. We get there Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Do our stuff. Go to the party, sleep, and we come back on Thursday.
Yeah, guys, this could be really fun.
Yeah, I'm down.
Maria, I think we're
guys
coming
Maria, how
to
many
Key
extra
West.
bedrooms do you have?
I have 3.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Come
I'm
on
just kidding.
down.
Oh God, Maria, there's a very good chance that we may be coming down for this.
Oh my God, you guys, I would love that. We are also having booby koozies this year, so I need to send you some booby koozies.
What is a booby koozie?
It's a koozie that has boobs on it.
No, all right. Well, yep, there it is. I love
She
it.
answered that question, dumbass.
I do have a coffee mug with boobs on it that someone that worked for me got me one
That
time.
was nice.
Very odd gift to get from an employee, but
So what's your goal this year? You went from
To
49
be-
to
so last
69,
year-
so 69,000 I think you said last year?
Last year we raised 69,000, so our goal this year is to beat that.
I mean, God, what do you think? Like 80 grand maybe?
So this year we have about 15 to 16,000 already in silent auction items, and we're
Oh, wow.
still getting things in. So I think we're gonna get about 20 grand in silent auctions. The motorboating booth raises about $3,000. We're selling pasties this year. So I'm hoping for 80 grand. If we get 80 grand, I'll be really happy with that.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
In 3
That
hours.
would help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And tell us local, so the money stays local.
All of the 100% of the proceeds, 100% of the profits, even the t-shirt sales, everything stays local and gets donated. And it's to Womankind, which is a nonprofit charity that works with women's health. They also do some prenatal care, but they work with your insurance, or if you don't have insurance, they'll give you free care. So
Yeah, it's an amazing group, and they do a lot of work. One thing about Key West that I don't think a lot of people realize, because if you haven't lived there, you see Key West and it is a party. That 100% true. But the community down there, I've never seen anything like it. When they get together and they have an idea, oh my God, the sky's the limit down there. I mean, God, look at Bar Wars. Look at the bed races. The bed races. You're literally just pushing a bed with wheels down the street, and it makes, $30,000-$40,000 for charity.
Key West is very good at drinking for a cause.
Yes.
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could do one of these here. Does it have to be in Key West? Does your charity event have to be in Key West? Why couldn't we do one in Daytona?
Yeah,
I mean,
do
yeah.
it.
Let's do it. We got bars. We got this. Obviously not October, but maybe February, March.
Yeah, the only reason why we picked October is because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yep.
So we can play off that too. But I mean, really, you can celebrate boobs any day of the year.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing you just have to kind of be, and correct me if I'm wrong, you just kind of have to be careful with you have to make sure like the nipple's covered, right? On any events that you do.
So everybody here has pasties on. So we're not trying to get anybody arrested or anything, but there's just mostly pasties.
Do you leave the event and flash one boob for old time's sake because you're driving away at 2 a.m, 3 a.m? I totally would do it.
I don't know.
With a pasty on. Do it with a pasty on. Then they can't say anything.
A pasties on all day long. I think I'm the only person in Key West that's not allowed to show their boobs. I mean, we have Fantasy Fest here, and it's a full-on event. I mean,
Now, when is
we've
Fantasy
been
Fest every
there
year?
before?
Halloween.
So it does.
Around
It does change. It's about 2 weeks right before Halloween, and it's a 10-day costume festival. There's all kinds of theme parties, a lot of the artistic side, but people just come free-spirited as they are, and it's about 10 days of celebrating and parties, and it's really fun. So I think when I got arrested, I was the first person in 10 years to ever get arrested for indecent exposure, at least the first local.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
It just doesn't
A
happen
place that has
here.
Fantasy Fest.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just. Do you ever see the cops still?
Yeah, every once in a while I'll see them.
Do you invite him as honorable mention to this party or something? Like I let him
every
host the
year.
event.
Every year we send an invite to the police station, and they haven't showed. But this year, since we're shutting down the street, we need at least one cop.
It better be him. You better request him.
hope
Can't
so.
you request him?
I mean, you probably could.
Yeah.
Request Officer Dewey or whoever it is. Let's get him out there. I
Yeah.
think that'd be great. That's
Yeah.
the guy that arrested me and helped raise $100,000. I mean, at this point, it's almost turned into a fun thing. Like, you'd almost thank
Yeah.
him. I mean, it was what you went through was probably a little, I wouldn't say traumatizing, but a little bit like, really? But
It was, like,
now, if
really,
you saw him, I'd actually thank the guy. Thank you for what you did, because look what we've done. The community came together. We raised over $100,000 in 2 years for local breast cancer. I mean, I would make the guy a host of the event, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. Come in your cop
I
gear.
would love nothing more than a photo with him, just so we could like put it in the paper, or just like
Make
you
a
know,
t-shirt.
like a
A t-shirt.
We're good.
Yeah.
A Tata t-shirt.
Put
We'll
that on a
Tatas on 'em.
t-shirt. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I listen. I always back the blue. I love our cops, and I love all of that. But it was a lot of paperwork for one boob. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't imagine all the stuff that the cops go through down there. I mean, especially some of the shit they deal with. I've seen it. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah,
do
but
it.
you're picking there, man. I'm sorry. That cop's just picking on people. It was in a parking lot,
Yeah.
a back
I would
alley.
assume he was
I
probably
could
having a
understand
bad
if she
day.
was in front of a school or during the day. I could say, okay, I get it. But
Yeah.
at 12, 1 o'clock at night, in a back dark alley, he happened to be sitting in a parking lot. She literally flashed it. It's not like she was like having sexual relations on the side. She
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
flashed it to a friend who was not
Yeah.
insulted. I can understand again. If the person's like, I'm offended, I want to press charges.
Yeah.
Again, I can understand. But nowhere ever would I see that happening and he's not laughing it off or, hey, don't do that again. Or
Yeah.
at 12:30 on a Saturday night in Key West, arresting somebody for it. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I mean, God,
course.
Maria, did you live in Key West yet when we had that Fantasy Fest party and it was a swingers group that closed it down?
I was not there. I don't think I was there.
It might
for
have
that
been
one.
before. I mean, to kind of give you an idea on how insane Fantasy Fest is, this was not my first year at Fantasy Fest, but my first year of working in the bar industry at Fantasy Fest. And we had a group call us, and they wanted to book the bar out. You know, from
What'd you charge for that?
from 5 to 10
On Fantasy Fest.
on
weekend.
Fantasy.
And I'm sure it was a
Fest.
Friday or a Saturday.
Yeah.
I think it was it was the day after Goon Bay. It was like right at the start.
So that was a Friday.
Yeah.
Now, normally, what would you done on a Friday without that group?
Back then,
Yeah.
probably 10 grand, maybe 12 grand.
10, 12 grand, smaller
Probably,
bar.
yeah.
With no help from anybody, just because Fancy Fest is in town.
Oh yeah, because I mean, we only worked with we had a bar back, 3 bartenders.
No, not would you like the bar would do 10 grand in
Oh
sales.
yeah, they're probably
10, 12 grand.
Yep.
And I can see you charging them 20.
I did. Funny you say that.
I knew it.
I did. I charged 20, and we had a kitchen and
Did it come with open bar?
open bar. Yeah, everything is
So
included. The
20
food,
and how many people?
there was probably about 130.
And 20 grand.
And 20 grand. And I'm like, man, the money's great. This is fantastic. This is going to pay the mortgage this month. Yay. And I didn't, and this is new to, me managing in the hospitality industry. I didn't ask any questions. They agreed on an amount of money and I thought it was great. And I scheduled the staff and I was ready.
But
I did not know that it was a bunch of swingers.
Oh, they
And-
left that part out.
They did, and which even I wouldn't have cared. The Club Zoo down there, when that was there, I loved that swingers bar. It was great. I just didn't warn the staff because I didn't know. And then people were just kind of having sex everywhere. Like the stage. There was one that they were having sex and he was ordering a beer while he was doing it.
did he tip?
I'm sure they did. I mean, we made, everyone made good money on it. But when you go into work that day and you're not expecting that, and
Did
then
you
it just
ask what did you ask what the event was?
No,
It's Fantasy Fest. What do you think they're having a Bible study? Joe, come on. Did you really? What do you think they're gonna have Bible study? They were all gonna sit around in business suits and have a networking event.
the money was just so
It doesn't
nice.
matter about the money, but you don't at least ask. So what is this event? Are you
No.
ticketing?
No.
Do you do now at your bars?
Oh, lesson learned very well.
At the
Lesson learned.
at the Moose Knuckle, when you work there, do
oh,
you
yes.
actually?
I know what every event's for now.
Okay, So it was a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
It was. I learned a lot.
How much did you spend on cleaning service?
Oh, God, you want to know something fucked up?
You didn't even clean.
I mean, we did at night, at the end of the night. Sure.
Half drunk.
I mean, did we open back up before? Sure. To the general public? Yeah, might have done that.
Hey, remember that Key West trip? I don't know if I want to go anymore.
Sure you do.
What was the bar? Is the bar still there?
No. That bar closed years ago.
Is it something else now?
Not yet. I think it will be. It will be soon. Or did they open?
They opened
Okay.
a couple days ago.
Can we talk about what the name is?
Yeah, it's called The Alamo now.
The Alamo instead of Alamo.
Yeah, it's no longer El Alamo, but it was smoking tuna for years. Charlie Bauer, the guy that started the Key West Songwriters Festival, ended up, he owned it for years and then sold out. And now the original owner from, God, many years ago opened it back up.
We have to go to the tuna when we're there.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll definitely.
I'm not sitting on anything. 11 years later, I'm not sitting on anything.
I'm sure hurricanes have wiped out that furniture by now.
I hope so.
But I think, Maria, have you seen
you guys will be fine. It builds up your tolerance. It builds up your immune system to sit on a couple dirty bar stools.
Have you seen the Alamo since the remodel?
I haven't gone there yet.
No, I'm curious
Not yet.
what it looks like. I saw some pictures online, which looks really cool.
After El Alamo closed, your bar, I didn't go there and for like two years out of protest. Like I was just so angry, I just didn't go. That's how loyal I was to that bar.
It was so much fun. I mean, Jeremy, I described the Alamo to you like back then because we all lived in the apartments there. We had 4 or 5 apartments above the bar. So like all of us staff wise, we all lived there. We all hung out every day.
So it was like the real world.
Yeah, it
Like
really
you lived
was.
upstairs and worked downstairs in the record shop.
Yeah.
Or the t-shirt shop, whatever they did.
Did you tell Jeremy about the midget though? I feel like you're leaving out the really good
Oh, how dare you.
Albino.
Maria, I'm going to need your number off air so I can get all this stuff out of him that he's not telling me.
So, Albino, I love this man. Never understood what he was saying, but loved him. He did our cleaning and just a little maintenance guy. But was it every Saturday and Sunday night, Maria?
Either Friday and Saturday. It was every weekend night. I would say.
So at midnight we'd have that doot 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 playing, and Albino was a very nice Spanish man, and he would have the sombrero, and then like the fake bullets. And then he would put that on, he would stand on the bar, and he would give everyone that's sitting at the bar upside down margaritas. And we do that every night at midnight. And no shit, dude. People, like at 11:50, people would be running to the bar.
No, this guy's he's a little person.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And free liquor,
And you don't have any
We were poor
pictures
back
of
then.
this.
Oh, God, I'm sure I still have videos somewhere.
And Maria, you were involved in this.
Oh, I loved it. I was probably one of those people running to get to the bar before midnight.
Uh-huh.
I loved everything about that bar.
I'm excited for our Key West trip.
Especially Albino.
Yeah, I mean, we got it. And the cool thing was, man, there was such a, big group of us that hung out that we always found something to do. Like, never short of fun stuff. And the Alamo is pretty much our home base before we would make a decision to go anywhere.
Well, you had like $1 PBRs or $2 PBRs. You had the football games on the big screen. You had a DJ on the weekends, games, but late night like trash food, which was really good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you had it all.
Yeah, God, we had one
All
point.
of my favorite things.
So we had a kitchen, and when it first opened, we didn't even use the kitchen, and then ended up opening it up after a couple months. I can't remember. And then it was like, oh man, like we had it, but then, paying for staff, and we didn't do really enough food to kind of, curtail the pay. So we actually rented out the kitchen to a barbecue place, and they did the food, and we got a rent check from them and like 10% of their sales. It was great.
That was called trash food?
That was Daddy Bones, I think. Was that their name, Maria?
I never knew the name.
Yeah. But I mean,
I just knew my
good.
order. They had mozzarella sticks, I think, and like potato skins. So.
Yep. But yeah, it was a very simple menu. Like if you were drunk, it was perfect.
Sounds great. I'm excited for the trip.
Yeah.
I was going to do some of the same things. Bring back some of the old past.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Where's Albino?
I wonder if he still has the same number.
Call him right now.
I bet you he's still down there. I wouldn't understand what he's saying
Let's
anyway.
call him anyway. Call him on speakerphone. What's it going to hurt? Call him.
Call him.
Call him right
All
now.
right, I'll call him.
Maria and I want you to call him.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's put on speakerphone.
Albino.
Let's see if he answers.
One eternity later.
I wonder if he's going to answer.
You better leave a voicemail.
I mean, if he does, I'm going to have to be like, Albino! Because I would do that every morning to him.
12 seconds later.
I don't think that's him.
I don't think that was Dave Young.
Well, we can't get a hold of Albino anymore.
does not have the same number.
No.
Could you imagine if Dave Young answered? You're yelling Albino on the phone. Oh, you gotta try to look him up on social media.
I will.
At some point.
Maria, have you seen him running around town at all? Oh, I think we lost Maria. No. Yeah.
15 minutes left.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Maria, I guess the internet connection.
We will
Key
see her
West-
soon, maybe
Yeah.
like a week from now.
I mean, I'm kind of excited. We could probably make this work. I mean, going
Only
down
if
to
you
Key
find
West.
El Bendio, whatever. We gotta find it.
Albino! But yeah, I think Jimmy might try and maybe she can lock back in. I don't know. But yeah, so Maria's awesome. Like I said, I've known her.
Now, where'd you meet her? You met her out. You guys were bartenders in the same business.
So funny. I wish she was on for this. Let me see if she can get back on.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay, perfect. I was just
Did
gonna.
Albino answer?
Huh?
Did he answer?
No.
It was Doug. What was his name? Doug Young.
Yeah,
David
David
Young.
Young.
Please leave your message for David Young. So, I don't think. Have you seen him around town at all?
No.
When's the last time you think you saw him? I mean, I act like I know this guy right now, but when's the last time you saw him?
I don't know. I guess
12 years ago. Yeah, it was funny when we had that little technical difficulty. Jeremy was asking me, he's like, how did you and Maria meet? And I'm trying to remember, and for the life of me,
Definitely.
it was what?
It was at the Alamo.
It was. It was definitely at the Alamo. I remember, I remember when I woke up in the morning, and I think it was Smutty Nose and Toes. I went and was talking to Smutty, and I'm like, yeah, that girl. Whoa, what was her name? It's like, what girl? I'm like, I don't know. We met like 5 of them last night, but there was one. It was like, what was her name? He's like, dude, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like, I talked to her for like an hour. He's like, no, we talked to that group for like 5 minutes. It's like,
It's funny because there was so many of us, and so no one knew our names for the first 2 years. They just called us the Missouri group. So for the first 2 years, I was just named Missouri. And then finally people were like, oh, you're actually sticking around. What's your name?
Yeah, I finally got, then we became friends, and I had probably a couple times we've hung out. I'm like, oh, let me get your number. So I go to put her number in, and it was already in there. I had already done this.
And what was the name, Joe?
Maria, I want to take on a date.
Aw, thanks,
Yeah,
Joe.
that is what
And it's still in there today.
It is. Why change it?
Yeah,
I never change names.
that's awesome.
Like, I mean, I have Jenny Spring Break 2012. I mean, the amount of chick from tonight. I have a girl in my phone.
So if
named
that girl calls,
Chick
it'll say chick from tonight.
Yeah.
So what's the craziest if you look down at what number called you and popped up?
Oh,
Because chick from tonight ain't calling you, right?
No, but I did get one. It was Heidi Nice Tits.
And she called.
She called, and I had no idea who this person was. And I'm like, oh my, I have to answer this.
And was it
Call
Heidi?
her up.
It was Heidi.
Let's call Heidi with nice
I
tits
do
right
not
now.
want to call Heidi.
Let me have the phone. I'll call her.
Not Heidi.
Let's see if she'll donate a Tats for Tatas.
This is for charity, Joe. Let's go.
I kind of ghosted her.
Well, this is a time to on the air
unghost?
to unghost somebody.
No, man. Once you're a ghost, you're done. You don't come back from that.
Joe, this is for charity, all right? Let's call her.
Yeah.
We'll try and get her on the live. I don't even think she lives in Key West. Well, she might.
Who else lives in Key West we can call? Let's call somebody. Let's invite him. Call somebody from Key West.
I say we just wait till we get him and get him on the show when we're down there next week.
Know.
We gotta do it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yes.
So, but yeah, the Alamo, and when we hung out down there, God, it was so much fun. And where is everybody now? I mean, like Teal's still. Where is he back in Missouri?
Yeah, everybody's in Missouri. The whole group. I was the only one that ended up staying. But I still keep in contact with all of them. We're still great friends. But yeah, they're all at Lake of the Ozarks doing their own thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, are any of them coming down for the Tats for Tatas?
No, but I don't know if you ever remembered Brant, but he'll be in town for it.
Okay.
But I don't think Swift and Clara did talk about trying to make it down, but their Swift's sister just had a baby, so they're not going to be able to make it this year. But they talked about flying down just for the event.
Oh, well, hopefully they can get down next year. Do they make it down at all?
Yeah, they come down every year for the boat races.
Oh, cool. Jeremy, have you ever heard of the boat races around there? They are, God, it's so much fun.
What are the boat races?
November, like 16th, right around the third week in November. I think it's the second week.
So back to the Tats for Tatas real quick. What's next year? What are you doing next year? I mean, I know we haven't got to this year, but like, are we making this a 3-day festival? Are we bringing in this cop to host it? Is Joe going to get a hold of Midget John and have him there pouring shots down the bar? Like, what are we going to do? Like, I feel like I'm a part of this now. I'm sorry I say we like it's my event, but like these events, like things get me excited. Like, what's next year?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would love if Albino came back for that. I might have to pull some strings, or maybe there's a she version out there somewhere I can get on the bar. But taking it to the streets was huge. I don't know how it's going to get bigger, but I know it's going to. So we might have to just leave some surprises on the table for that one.
Yeah, I love it.
Is it an all-day festival? What is it?
It's not. It's 3 hour. It's a 3-hour event from 7 to 10.
Yeah, 3 hours. That much money gets raised. Jeez. It's crazy. It's awesome.
Imagine 10 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
DJs, bands.
I'd be taking a car nap.
Fine.
It's like a locals version of a mini fantasy fest, like our time to party before we get into busy season. So it's super fun. I'll have to send you videos and pictures.
No, it's Keyline Bike Tour that you get really busy. Then obviously during those big times during Fantasy Fest and during these popular events, the boat shows and this. I mean, you guys are slammed all day, aren't you?
Yeah, we have a lot of the cruise ship contracts too. So anytime there's a cruise ship in town, we take those tours. We do 2 tours a day at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. that's open to the public, that anyone can book online. But we'll do probably about 7 tours a day when it's super busy. And we have 140 bikes, and there's been a couple times where we've had no bikes left in the shop, which is really, really great. And we also do bike rentals too. So that's a lot of them too. But yeah, I love busy season, and it's cooler out. When it's summer months, it's a little hotter, and some people are a little more apprehensive to be out in the sun and be out on the bikes, especially if you're not familiar with the Florida heat. But
so is your prime time like September through March?
What was that?
Is your prime time like for Keyline Bike Tours like September through March?
It's October through May.
October through May. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that's the thing, man. In Key West, and I mean, we get it here too. It's just hot in the summer. Like the summer, like August is hard to do anything in Key West. Like you don't want to move.
Yeah, it's pretty humid down here, but biking is better than walking when it gets to those summer months.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You don't want to walk. You want to bike. Get the Key West air conditioning going.
I love the Key West air conditioning. And getting in with the cruise ships, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, that's been awesome. That's what gets us through the summer.
Now, when because you bought the Keyline Bike Tours, you didn't start it, right? You bought it from somebody.
Yeah, I bought it September 1st of 2022. So we just had our second year anniversary, And it was a business that was started 10 years ago by a married couple, and they had gone to New Orleans and liked the feel of the biking tour there. And so they started the Key Lime Bike Tours. And it's a funny Key West story, but he's our neighbor. And
Cool.
he was getting ready to retire, and he approached me and my boyfriend Lenny and just said, I'm looking to retire. Would you be interested in running a bike shop? And at the time, Lenny was doing jet ski tours around the island, and he was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And he's like, okay, yeah, come manage, come feel it out. And in 5 years or so, you can buy the business, 3 to 5 years if you like it. Well, Lenny was there for about 7 months, and then the owner ended up shattering his leg in a skiing accident and had to go into emergency surgery for his leg and couldn't do anything. So he called Lenny from the hospital and said, you have to manage the shop, you have to run the shop, you have to take tours. Like, I'm out of commission for months. And so at that time, Lenny did it all. And then I said, we had been saving for a house. So I was like, why even save for this house? Let's buy the business instead. And so we bought the business in a year.
That is awesome. And did the cruise contracts come with that, or did you start that after?
Some of them did. He did have some of the cruise ship contracts, but Carnival, Virgin, Celebrity, I got some of those after. But he definitely paved the way for that. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. But now we have all of them. So every single cruise ship that comes to Key West, we do an excursion for them.
So that's awesome. I would think that's probably, I would say, is it like half your business, or is it more or less? Yeah.
It's probably 70% of our business. The rest is word of mouth, online, or people who are staying in Key West.
Yeah, but that's awesome having that. And like, I like to cruise too. Having that protection of getting a shore excursion's nice. I mean, that way the boat doesn't leave without you like they almost did me one time.
Really?
Well, even for the guests, it's a great way to see Key West in a little amount of time. I mean, sometimes they only have 5 hours here.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do,
Yeah, this will go back, you thinking or mid-20s is when I was in Key West around that time. And, the cruise boats, trying to, if you're going out to meet a girl, the cruise boats is not the time to do it because they're on the boat and gone before dinner.
Or is it the time to do it?
Well, I guess you get them out.
Shortest relationship.
Yeah, they're done by dinner time.
Done by dinner. 5-hour relationship, not 5-hour energy.
And
what's the saying? It's you didn't break up, you just lost your turn or something. That's a famous Key West saying.
That is a very big Key West motto.
What is it?
Well, everybody sleeps with everybody. So you didn't lose your girl, you lost your turn. You'll get her back. But you figure it's a 2x4 mile island with, this is back then, these stats may have changed, but 182 liquor licenses. So
how many people live like year round on Key West?
24,000.
So holy shit, is that many?
Well, it goes up the Keys a little bit too. I don't know about just Key West, but in Monroe County, I think there's 24,000.
Yeah. I would think Key West, like people that live there, maybe 4
or 5,000.
Yeah, maybe. I've never actually cared enough to look, I guess. I just never.
There's 160 something liquor license.
182 liquor licenses.
182 liquor license.
Yeah. And
how much is a liquor license there? Is it like here?
Like $500,000.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
actually, one of the bars, forget the name of it. You would know. It's like off Roosevelt. Just sold their liquor license for $1 million.
Holy shit!
$1 million for
the license.
That didn't include nothing. So they're not 400,000 or 500,000 worth. They're probably up there.
Yeah, you can't. Or now it's like a lottery. Somebody has to sell it to you. I mean, they're not. There's not really much down here anymore.
Yeah, and how do you even make money at that bar? Like, if you're buying a liquor license for $1 million, you're already in the hole $1 million, and you don't even have a building yet.
And then the building, the cost, the employees.
How are you ever going to make a profit, or is it going to take 15 years?
I mean, if you're doing $10,000 or selling nudist resorts for $20,000, you can do pretty well over there. Swingers events, you'll do fine.
$1,000 swinger events, you'll get your money back.
You get it back quick.
You're good. Just go down there, run a couple bars, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Good times. And, Maria, we do the segment called Come On, Karen.
Come on, Karen.
Come on, Karen.
Where we take a review that somebody sent us.
Let's ask her. Come on, Karen.
Oh, yeah.
So you're in the hospitality industry, bars. You have your business, Key Lime Bike Tour. What's the worst come on, Karen, you've had? The one lady that just, or guy, I could say, but the Karen who just bitched about something and it didn't make any sense. A review. Someone said something to you.
Oh man.
I put it on the spot.
Let me-
I put it on the spot.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Start with your come on, Karen, and then I want to get her come on, Karen, at the same time because I know with her being Key West, there's got to be somebody that got off that boat.
Well, the crazy thing, like Key West, we get asked stupid questions all the time. I've been asked, and this is not just one time, on numerous occasions, how many sunsets we get a day. That's a real question that I've gotten from multiple people. If you go scuba diving, can you swim under the island? Because I guess they're all connected by bridges, and that's what holds the islands together. There's on Mallory Square, they ask it all the time, which this one isn't a terrible one. Like some people just aren't geography.
I would totally told my swim under the island one time.
Oh, I used to tell the sunset one. I had a gig. I was like, shit. Yesterday we had 2, only one today. It's like, man, you missed it. But, the under the island, I'd be like, oh, yeah, but you got to find the right tunnels. I'd say some bullshit story that, hopefully they go look for it. And then you got, there's an island right off of Mallory Square. And people all the time, is that Cuba? The one I could literally throw a football to? Yeah. Yeah, there
Cuba.
it is.
That's
Yep,
Cuba right there.
90 miles, so short.
So short. All right, what's your come on, Karen? And then, Maria, you got to come on, Karen, for us?
Oh man, I'm thinking. I don't have any for the bike tours. There's got to be so many from the bar though.
Read yours and see if it has
All right.
the one that was sent in last week.
So, 1, crappy service, staff and owner, overpriced, no Groupon plus happy hour. What the fuck?
They wrote that?
WTF.
Oh, gotcha.
The staff annoyed that we were using a Groupon and wanted drinks from the happy hour menu. At one point, the owner rudely said, "So it's not a deal? You don't want it?" She was also upset that Groupon people spend the bare minimum. But if the service wasn't so poor, we probably would have spent more on food and drinks. The restaurant has potential if they improve their service and prices. Was this review ... question? I have no idea what the end of that means. But the owner, Johnny, or no, the owner's, this guy's Johnny. All right, so he responds. It was like, Johnny, you came in here and were greeted very politely and were frustrated that you could not get happy hour prices with your Groupon. Not only is this very clearly written on the bottom of the Groupon, not valid with any other offer, but it's also on the bottom of every Groupon for every restaurant. You seem to be seasoned Groupon clippers or coupon clippers, so you are familiar with this. You were so upset that you could not combine deals that you rudely decided to tip my waiter 18 cents. You and Alexa, whatever that last name, cowardly raced out of the restaurant, and my waiter raced after you. He gave you $6 out of his own pocket because he thought you were poor, and you shamefully accepted it. I can't believe you took his money. Shame on you. This is bad restaurant karma and horrible personal karma. Fellow restaurants and waiters, beware of Alexa and Johnny. Please don't come back to my restaurant. Oh, yeah. And you owe my waiter his $6 back plus a $5 tip.
Yes.
Wow.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like that.
He didn't care.
Not 0 fucks given.
Zero. I don't, to elaborate, I don't like the Groupons and all those ones you get. I'm not a big fan of this.
No,
Do you accept Groupons?
not anymore. I haven't done them in 4 years.
I haven't seen. I can't remember the last time a Groupon ever came in anywhere.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I think it kind of was one of those things that slowly went out of the restaurant style. I think it's more for those stores I see a lot now. Like, oh, you want to get a Groupon to, some sort of shared room
Yeah.
or one of those things. Like, I don't see a lot of restaurants anymore because I think you got so much that they just don't want to do them.
Yeah, like I said, it's been years. Maria, do you see him down there for the bar or the bike tours at all?
No, I haven't seen a Groupon.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably take a Groupon, but I haven't seen them.
Yeah, the Groupon, I mean, I get what they're trying to do. It's like an advertisement, but I never saw the value in it. Like the ROI, I never really saw a good return with it. That's why I stopped.
I remember.
I just like that the Karen tipped 18% or 18 cents.
Yeah, cents.
Like, was that just like to round it up, or were they like, that's all you're worth is 18 cents?
I bet you it was to round it up.
Yeah, but
Their bill was
could you
like-
imagine if that's all you're worth, 18 cents? Oh my God.
Because of a Groupon.
Yeah. But I love when owners stick up for themselves. Like, I know, because you work for Casey, and he's probably one of my favorite people. I love that guy.
He is the best.
And he is probably, when it comes to customer service, man, he is on point. But I love his little quick-witted, like he'll always get like this hilarious smart-ass response to where even the person's like, oh yeah.
We get a lot of people that come in and think it's a tattoo shop because it's tattoos and scars. So they'll come in and they'll see the bar and they'll see the beer and then they'll be like, where do I get my tattoo? And I'll say, I'll give you one, but I learned it in prison and it involves a pin and a razor blade across the street.
And I'm
to
sure
where
one
there's
guy will take you up on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I luckily I haven't ran into too many Karens at tattoos and scars or key lime bike tours, but it's bound to happen at some point. So
Now, question.
when it does happen,
Oh,
I'll yeah.
I got a question for you with tattoos and scars. Do you see a lot of local, or is it kind of a mix in both, like a tourist and local?
I would say there's a lot more local, but the word's gotten out and we do get some tourists too. What's great about them is they're usually the ones that are staying for a couple of days and then we see them every day. So
Yeah.
we've built a good rapport with them. But I would say for the most part, it's mostly local. We're the only bar in town that's still open till 4 a.m. So we get a lot of the service industries that come in like right when they get off work.
So
Wait,
wait,
so you can
have
sell
the-
till 4?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can open till
Yeah.
4, and then after 4, you can go to the Oriole and be a private club member and just drink all the time.
Yeah. Yep. We've got the Oriole. You can stay there till 7 a.m. and then you can go to Don's because they open back up at
At
7.
7.
So you
So
could drink 24 hours
there.
You
if
can.
You
Does
play
the,
it right.
does the Oriole still do the daily pass to where you can be a member for a day?
You don't have to be a member anymore. You
Oh
can just
wow!
go on in.
And now,
So they have a 24-hour liquor license.
yeah, pretty much, because it's a private club, or at least it was. I think that was their get around. But now Key West, you said a lot of the bars don't open till 4 anymore.
They close around 2 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why? If you could stay open till 4, why would you?
Probably not business. I mean, we would be busy till 4 a.m.
Yeah, I guess they're just not as busy. But we won't close no matter what. Like we'll stay open until 4, even if we're not busy.
Will you?
Yeah.
Well,
Consistency.
especially if you're getting the service industry. I mean, why not? You know, people are going to, when they're done at 2, you know, people are going to come in.
Yeah.
You probably get that 2:30, 2:45 to like 4. Get that
That
second
pop.
Wind, that second wind, third
That's
wind.
exactly it. Yeah, that's when all the other bars close. So then you get that busy pop there at the end.
Yeah, God, I'll never forget me, Maria, and God, there's probably like 6 of us. We went out one night, and I think we hit the Oriole after. And it got to like 7 a.m. And then instead of going to Don's, we were going to go to the Schooner for kegs and eggs. And then we went there and had a Bloody Mary. And I know I was pretty tuned up at this point. I'm sure we all were because, you know, all night. And I get a text on my phone that goes, it was the beer delivery guy. He's like, hey, I'm here. No one's here to take in the liquor order or the beer order. I'm like, shit. All right, guys, I got to go walk back. I'll be back later.
I'll be back in like 20 minutes.
This is back when the delivery drivers took cash. So I'm just like, man, all right, there you go. And then I went to go back and I took a nap. I never made it
Never
back.
made it
out.
back.
I didn't.
I can see that.
Well, yeah, Maria, so thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys can make it to Tats for Tatas. If you can't make it, we're going to live stream it on YouTube this year.
Oh,
So I
awesome.
will send you the link.
Yeah, send the link, and then we'll also post our link. So anyone out there that wants to check in, we'll put the link out. But yeah, I want to be down there. I think we can make it work.
We'll try to make it work. I like it. I need a little vacation.
Yeah,
I
A
would
48-hour
love that.
vacation.
yeah. I think it would be awesome. I think go make an appearance, do a live podcast down there,
I'm down.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
and then we're gonna crash at Maria's house.
Perfect.
All
Come on
7 of
down.
us.
Well, awesome,
Well,
Maria.
thanks
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
having
And
me.
when is it again?
It's October 9th, Wednesday, October 9th from 7 to 10 p.m.
And it's on Duval Street or Ann Street. You said, right?
Ann Street. The address is 512 Green Street, but we're shutting down Ann Street this year too. So you can't miss it. We'll have the big tent in the street, and everything will be pink. And we've got some Vegas showgirls dressing up this year, so we'll have them walking around. It's going to be huge.
Oh, awesome. Well, yeah. Let Casey know that ball game may be coming into town, and we'll have that'll be a blast.
48-hour vacation. I'm ready.
All right, Maria. Well, thank you, and we will see
See
you
you
in a
next
week.
week.
Awesome.
All right, later.
Good. Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
That would be fun.